Hello students, welcome to Renaissance Academy. Today we are going to talk about the syllabus and question paper pattern for English subject, right, which is entitled as English language and literature, right. So we are going to talk about syllabus and question paper pattern prescribed by CBSE for 10th standard. English language and literature, this subject has been given a code 184, right? So English language and literature, this subject has also been allotted 80 marks for your written exam, right? So you will be having 80 marks written exam for this subject, right? So the question paper of English language and literature, it has been divided into three parts: section A, section B and section C, right? Section A includes reading skills, right? So in section A you will be having two passages, right? You will be having two passages, both of each of 10 marks, right? Total 20 marks, right? So section A, there will be 20 marks for section A, right? And on the basis of these two passages you will be asked questions which are objective type questions, short answers questions, right? These questions will be asked to assess your comprehension, your interpretation, how you analyze the passage, right? How you infer, what you infer from the passage, what is the message of the passage, right? So such a kind of questions will be asked in section A, right? Section A is related with reading skills, right, where you will be given two passages and you have to answer questions based on these two passages, right? Then we have section B, right? Section B is also of 20 marks. Section B is related with writing skills and grammar, right? Writing skills and grammar. So section B, in section B you will be having two questions. First questions is related with grammar. In that you need to solve 10 questions out of 12, right? And grammar, this section grammar is for 10 marks, writing skills is also for 10 marks, right? So in writing skill you need to write letters, you need to write paragraphs based on the non-verbal things, right, like charts, diagram, tree diagrams, right? You need to write the paragraphs on the basis of such a non-verbal items, right? For section 3, language through literature, right? Section 3, language through literature, it is also of 40 marks. Language through literature is of 40 marks, right? 10 plus 30, this 10 plus 30, language through literature, right? So these three sections will be of totally 80 marks, right? So ये जो तीन सेक्शन है, तीन सेक्शन मिलके पूरा 80 मार्क्स का आपका पेपर रहेगा. तो 80 मार्क्स के पेपर में आपका सेक्शन ए जो है दैट इंक्लूड्स टू पैसेजेस, उसमें टू पैसेजेस रहेंगे 10 मार्क्स के. फर्स्ट पैसेज विल बी ऑफ डिस्कर्सिव पैसेज, राइट, and then second passage which will have pie charts, diagrams, right? You need to infer, you need to analyze these charts, right? So these two passages will be of 20 marks, right? Then section B, writing skills and grammar. In that, grammar is of 10 marks and writing skill is of 10 marks, right? So section C is language through literature. Here you will find questions related with reference to context, short and very long answer questions, right? So in reference to context you will be having two questions related with reference to context, one from drama or prose, another from poems, right? Short and very long answer questions you will also be having for 30 marks, right? So language through literature is of 40 marks, writing skills and grammar is of 20 marks, reading skill is also of 20 marks, total 80 marks, right? And there are two textbooks which are prescribed for CBSE class 10, right? The first book is First Flight, right, and second book is Footprints Without Feet, right? First Flight and Footprint Without Feet, these two books are prescribed for CBSE class 10, right? And actually First Flight, this book has been allotted 18 marks, right? Here in reference to context and short and very long answer questions. Language through literature, section 3 will be based on these two textbooks, First Flight and Footprints Without Feet, right? So you will be having questions from First Flight for 18 marks and from Footprints Without Feet for 12 marks, right? There will be short answer questions, long answer questions, a reference to context, right? So this is what you will be having for your 10th standard, right? And if we take into consideration the syllabus, the books, right, for First Flight, this book includes prose and poems, right? Footprints Without Feet, there will be stories, right? And there will be also dramas too, right? Summary of dramas too, right? So you need to study all these things in 10th standard for CBSE.